Good morning, good morning, good morning. Excuse me. Welcome to Get Rich 101. Get Rich 101. Get Rich 101. I'm your host, Sekou Wright, and I'm an author. This is the book I'm promoting the most right now. It's called Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. This is a book that has helped lots of people get past whatever it is they're trying to get past. So check out this book. Check out this book. Hack Your Pain Now. All right. So now you know today's Monday. Today's Monday. You know what's up with Monday. You know I got to get into the weekend hustle. Weekend hustle. But you know also from my promo that I have a guest. I've got a guest and put a promo up. Mr. Daryl E. Tillman right here. I'm going to get him on because he talked about we talked about this during the green room. He said he doesn't mind being on while I talk about the weekend hustle. So let's get him on. Let's get him on. Let's get the drum roll and get Daryl in the mix. Daryl,
Hello,
what's up, man?
how you doing? How you
Good,
doing?
man.
I
Good,
love the
good.
drum roll. That was great.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. I appreciate you. So listen, man. I was explaining. Well, there's a couple things we talked about before, but
Okay.
what I wanted to talk about. Let me explain the weekend hustle just as an update for the people that usually watch the show. So on Monday is when I sell stock, and I buy the stock on Friday and I sell it
hmm
on Monday. So just a really quick turn. I make money during the weekend. During the weekend, so that's what I'm doing. So, so the Friday got a little hectic. Friday got a little hectic because me and B King, my fiance, we were doing it together. We were like, oh, 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 oh. We were doing it together, and we were trying to buy the right stuff.
hmm
And I ended up selling right when I sold. I ended up selling right when I sold. I was supposed to wait till Monday, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro.
Right.
Because I bought it and it jumped, and I was like, all right, I got to take it down. So I took it then, but then I wanted to fulfill the commitment of the weekend hustle. So I
hmm
bought something else. So I bought something else for the weekend hustle. So I'm going to see how it plays tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play, but I'm going to watch it in the first 15 minutes from 9:30, 9:45. Whatever happens then, I'm gonna do. Like if it goes green, I'm gonna
Right.
sell it, and if it goes red, I'm gonna sell it even earlier than 15 minutes. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So
So so are you your trading, is it like, are you like a day trader, or is it
yeah, yeah,
okay,
I'm a day
okay.
trader, but I'm a weekend trader. I'm a weekend
Oh.
trader because I found out this specific way of buying stock
hmm
that's smaller than all the rest. Because if you want to trade stocks, it's like it's
Right, exactly.
so big and overwhelming. But I narrowed it down to the small segment of time. Friday at 3 o'clock because the stock market closes at 4. So this is
Right.
the last hour of stock on Fridays. I look and see what's happening. And I'm looking for something that's tipping up. And then on Sunday on Monday, I sell. I sell or I sell it if it's green. Catch it going up, and if it's red, I
hmm
catch it going down immediately.
Right.
Right. So that's what I do. That's what I do.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I like that. Quick strategies in, out, keep it going, keep it moving.
Yeah, man. Keep it
Yeah.
moving. Keep it
Cause
moving.
Yeah, because I remember that, just real quick, some of the stocks that I've had, and also I give to my nieces and nephews. Um, so I actually, like, Devin is 13, so he has like um, a couple of stocks in different industries, the electric vehicles, AMC, and something else, and MX. Same thing with like
Oh,
Kyle. Yeah, same
AMC.
thing.
AMC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, bro, I gotta tell you my AMC story real quick.
Okay,
Real quick.
okay.
AMC story. I started buying stock during the pandemic, and I bought
hmm
AMC because it was down
Right.
$1. Just
Yes.
putting $1 for $1. So I put $1 up, and then ultimately I put $30 up, and that
Mhm.
$30 went up to 60, 70,
Mhm.
75, and then it started coming back down. And at 40, I sold at 40. So
Right.
I took my $1 and made $1,200 with it. So I'm feeling grateful for that. Grateful, because $1 to $1,200 is a boom, a boom.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, so you said you got them some AMC?
Yeah, I'm just giving them, just stock early. I mean, they're, Caitlin is 19 years old. No, she's 20. I'm sorry, she's turned 20. Devin is 13. So it's just like I'm just, you know, doing what like I guess if a responsible parent should do, or no, just like a responsible person, just giving back um to the younger generations. Let me start them off earlier. Let me
Yeah,
just have them, be equipped by, you're 18, you're 19 years old, you're 13 years old, you have stock and everything, about the market and everything early. So, it took me like in my 20s to get into the stock market.
that's dope.
So so it's like I want to, it's like that's a different way of giving back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there's two different. Well, there's many different paths, but
Yeah.
it sounds like what you're doing is giving them buy and hold stocks. Like buy
Yeah.
it, hold it, and keep it. And
Yeah.
on the other side, there's what I just did. I bought and sold, and so they can do it both ways. You can have
Right.
both ways continuously moving and grooving. You
Hmm.
know?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. All right, so mine. Getting off of that, let's talk about you, because Brand, I was talking to you, and I was like, wow, your voice sounds exactly the same, exactly the same.
Yes.
Your the stroke seems to not have affected you at all. So talk to us about that first of all.
Okay. So
Oh wait a minute, hold on. My bad, my bad. Please introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Daryl Tillman. and you and this is Sheku. We've known each other for a long time now.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll tell you about the story about how this happened. So
yeah.
this is the first time I'm actually telling, my story,
Oh wow,
on the platform and
oh
everything.
wow.
So
Yeah, let's grow.
yeah.
Let's grow. Let's
Yeah.
grow.
So, not only my tight crew, the tight crew knew about all the ins and outs and stuff. So, I'm just coming out to the masses now.
Okay.
Um, so was it June? Yeah, June 19th, 18th, June 19th. You know, um,
Of what
Around
year?
the time there was a couple of events that I was photographing for Juneteenth.
What year was this?
This is last year,
Okay.
2023. So, I had a heavy bag. I'm coming back from Perth Amboy to photograph an event for the New Jersey Justice Institute because they did some reparations. They do their annual reparations, forecasts, or just their protests for reparations and everything. So I photographed their event, and then I had to come back in the city to document an event as well. So, the bag itself was a heavy bag, and it dropped off my shoulder, my right shoulder, and you know, I'm thinking nothing of it. Kept on going, and the next morning I woke up and I'm thinking I had a pinched nerve.
Hmm.
And, next thing you know, I had, you actually, yeah, I had the pinch. I thought I had a pinched nerve. And, you feel, you're like, there's something not right here. I don't feel like this is right, what's going on right now.
Yeah, right.
So, um, kind of got myself together, went to the bathroom, to start grooming and everything. And all of a sudden, I picked up my razor, to start shaving and stuff, and all of a sudden the razor was turned the opposite direction. So it's like I'm just shaving against like the safe side, and I'm like,
Mm,
what is going on? I'm like,
yeah,
what is going on with my hand and stuff?
yeah, right, right.
Then I went to just like grab the toothbrush and everything, and next thing you know, my my right on my right hand, the stuff is turning the toothbrush upside down, and I'm automatically like putting the toothpaste on the bottom side,
What?
so yeah,
Wow.
so it's just like, okay, I was like, okay, let me just sit down for a minute to shake this off. Then a little while later, I had a chance, to go to my keyboard. So I went, we have a virtual doctor. I have a virtual doctor that I can actually talk to online and everything. So, went to my computer keyboard and I start typing with my right hand. Next thing you know, like I press the letter D. I thought I pressed the letter D. My finger went to Z. Then I wanted to put my name in. Went to F or R. It just my right hand wasn't working.
Right.
It wasn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. So
Right.
I start typing with my left hand and everything, and then I got in touch with my doctor, and she told me, she was like, after I told her, I said I thought I had a pinched nerve and everything. She told me, she said, look, I don't like what you told me. I need you to go to the emergency room.
And it's the same day. Same day that
Yeah,
you. Okay.
yeah, yep. So need to go to the emergency room,
Wow.
as soon as possible.
Right.
So, me, it wasn't soon as possible because I had to return some camera equipment.
Now this is what I was asking you offline. This was asking you in the green room. So did you not feel it, or does it
What?
not feel as urgent to you, or what was happening there?
What are you talking about with the returning the equipment?
Yeah, returning the equipment before you went to the emergency room.
Oh, because it was, well, one, it was some what was it? It was like some really expensive equipment that I rented out. So I needed to get that back because I didn't want to get the surcharge.
Okay.
So that was my concern, so it was just like, I mean, it was the hospital was along the way to the Federal Express, drop off. So it was like, okay, fine, I could still do that. It's still in the straight line of where I need to go to the Interfaith
That's deep.
a
Did you
medical
even have
center.
that in your mind to return the camera equipment? That's deep.
I was like, oh yeah, because I didn't know, like, it could have been one day, but also the other part too, the other inkling, real quick, like you just said something. I actually did pack a little bag.
Hmm.
I did pack a little bag because I was just like, I don't know if this is going to be a quick trip or not.
Oh,
So I
right,
took,
because you had that same thing that happened to you before. That
no, no, that's something different. We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so that happened, and I was just like, I think I need to, just pack, you know, a little bag and everything, the magazine, you know, just whatever it was. So yeah, and it was just like that inkling, became true. It was just what, 2.5 weeks later, I was released July 3rd of 2023. But we'll talk about the process and everything, like what I had to go through to get, up and running again.
Well, honestly, the part that stands out to me
Hmm.
is a part that was nothing to you. The part that stands out to me is that you had access to a virtual doctor, and that doctor was instantly available and instantly able to tell you to go in for a checkup immediately. Like that, that's astounding to me. Like what system are you a part of that makes that available?
Oh, New York University, NYU. I think a lot of this happened after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hospitals, a lot of organizations have actually um, made these platforms available in, a couple tiers, where it's like, okay, you may not want to go in um, to see a doctor in person, or you could just say, okay, I'm here at my home, and let me just check in virtually. But also, that's also saying, like, if you had, they put those qualifications, like if you have COVID or you think you may be sick, you know, you may want to just, dial in virtually, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
tap in virtually. So that's the one of those little blessings, those little caveats that happened during COVID, that people the doctors and all these administrations made that available
Yeah,
to people. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Because for me, my situation was different. I was giving a speech at Fisk University, and I
Right.
was in the process of giving this speech when the professor took over and started
Hmm.
speaking for me. I was like, wonder why she's doing that.
Right.
But I noticed that they weren't reacting the way I expected them to. Like I had some funny parts of my speech. And they weren't
Right.
laughing at all. And I was like, I must not be funny today, you know.
Right.
And so, but I expected something to happen when this woman asked me where the bathroom was, and I gave her directions to the bathroom, and she started laughing. And I thought, well, what's funny about where the bathroom is? And so I said
Right.
it again. I tried to tell her again. It's right over there. And she started laughing again. I was like, I don't know what's happening. And so I thought maybe let me just go outside and get some air.
Right.
And then I stood up, and then I fell. She caught me, and all of a sudden, like, there was this band of parents around me,
Hmm.
and they were obviously attached to what was going on with me, and I guess that was a benefit that I had that that energy, because I don't think I would have done anything at home, or if I'd been by myself, I would have been like,
Right.
I'm just gonna go lay down. But someone there recognized that he's having a stroke and got me moved into the system. So I
Right.
gotta be thankful for them. Be thankful for them. Ashe.
Yes.
Ashe.
S-
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, I was just saying to my sister, we talked about this during the while I was in the hospital, and actually when I came out and stuff, there was this point I was like, okay, I was like, how did you know something actually happened when I was in the hospital too? So I'm like, okay, one of the things that people dread about going to the hospital or doctor is, okay, you say you were going for one thing, man, they find everything else that you didn't even ask for, right?
Right. Right.
So, um, after I dropped off the camera equipment, head back to the hospital to get the emergency check-in and everything. They told my sister, I was like, how did you know, something else happened? And they called her like at 2 o'clock in the morning the next day and told her that I had a seizure.
A seizure.
Yes, in their presence.
Was that
So
true?
yeah. So what I
Wow.
found out, yeah, so what I found out about the seizure, basically I had an electrical storm go off in my brain.
Really?
Yeah, so like this it's just like it was just a power, you just had a power surge. The power surge happened in my brain, and that's
In
what
your
happened with
brain.
seizure. Yeah,
Inside.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So
Mm,
they said it's electrical storm. You had an
mm.
electrical storm in your brain. And I'm just like, okay, okay. Because now times like when I'm photographing and when I'm in music, when I listen to music and everything, like my sensory hearing and everything, it is so heightened. And even to the
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and
Yeah.
even when I'm photographing, like
Hmm.
when I'm in my zone photographing, it is like actually I got my spider senses on 10 right now. Like
Really.
it's just no, I'm just saying like that's how like when I'm in my creative zone, like
Hmm.
my senses just get super heightened.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, for me, what happened is I got reset to zero, like no
Yeah.
memory, no anything. But what I noticed then is that I was seeing something I can't describe it. It's like my zero
Uh-huh.
was a machine, like a
Yeah.
machine that was like turning slowly, right?
Uh-huh.
That was at rest, and then I would move into trying to do something, and then it would snap into frames, and I couldn't speak. I couldn't communicate with anyone, but I could feel like I can't I can't explain it, but it's like a machine. That's the best I could do. Like a
So
machine is kind of going like
right.
eh.
So actually, the term is called synesthesia.
Synesthesia.
Yeah.
Synesthesia.
So
Okay.
there was this on 60 Minutes a long time, like a couple years ago. They had this segment about people with synesthesia. It's kind of like you see color, like if a color is
Yeah.
in front of you, you'll say that's a red. Like if it's a
Mm.
blue color, but you hear a sound with the color. You know,
Yeah.
it's Z. Like if you see the letter Z, someone could say, okay, this is Z sounds like a blue,
Mm.
whatever it is, like you make an association with things. But there are some people who have it so heightened where there's some people who actually that the rare cases where there are some folks that can't even go outside because it's so bright,
Wow.
like there's synesthesia and stuff. So that's what basically um like I'm sorry, Pharrell had an album called Seeing Colors. No,
Okay.
colors with sound,
Goes to
sound
sound.
colors or something like that, but
Okay.
basically that's what it is, just saying like, okay, if you know what a white what a height what does a white hot sound look like, you know
Really.
like those things, like you putting those things in place, and like you said, you being a robot, like you see in your show, like kind of waking up and you know being that machine, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
That's interesting. I have
Yeah.
to check that word out. Synesthesia, you said?
Yes.
Synesthesia. I have to check that
Synesthesia.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me how often there are words and situations that we haven't heard before.
Right.
Because this is my first time hearing that, although I've been in the system of man with a stroke for a while now.
Right.
To have that not be brought up to me is like, oh man, that's kind of that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? That it hasn't been brought up.
Right.
But I didn't get my diagnosis to me
Uh-huh.
until I was way deep in the process, until I started physical therapy. And my physical therapist was like, oh, I see. She was just checking things off: name, date, address,
Yeah.
and you had a stroke. And I was like, what? I had a what? And she said, you had a stroke. And she was like scared.
Right.
The first I'd heard of it. And I think I bless my mom and the people involved for not letting me get that information, because my mom would have done a whole bunch of different jumps
Yeah.
in terms of me having a stroke
Yeah.
and behaving as if I was having a stroke. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So, okay, so this is what, you talk about, my speech and everything is really, you wouldn't like I was telling Sekou in the green room, um on one of my visits, one of my doctors was telling me, he was like, if you never told me that you had a stroke, I would never have known, right?
Right. Because you
And
sound perfect. You sound perfect.
right. So what happened is, it was just funny, like I'm in my room, I asked for a pen, asked for a piece of paper, and I just started writing my alphabet. Like it just like came to me, like writing alphabet, writing the numbers, writing just writing something, right? and and it's funny because like the nurses came up to me, they was like, "Oh, your penmanship, looks like it's been improving." I was like, "Well, it actually is the same as it was when I first started. Like before, it's not an improvement. It's like I'm back at zero. I'm like, yes, I'm there,
Wow.
you know. But
Wow.
I'm definitely working on just getting everything together. There was this one exercise um, that my occupational therapist gave me. Was there's this a phrase, I don't know it right now. I forgot the phrase, but there's a phrase where it has every letter in the alphabet included in this one particular sentence.
Hmm.
So I had to write that, like, one, all the capital letters, lowercase letters, mixed letters, just to make sure that how to the tempo and everything. Learn
Wow.
how to do cursive writing again. One other thing in occupational therapy was I had to oh, I actually had to shave. I actually had to shave. So
Really?
what we did was they actually gave me a balloon. They gave me a balloon and they put shaving cream on the balloon.
On the blow.
And so what I had to do was just like, shave off the shaving cream without bursting the balloon.
Wow.
Yeah, so that at least I know the texture and how to keep everything, on point. As you can see,
I see. I see. It's good,
the
bro. It's
beard is
good.
bearded.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, I'll tell you something really, really fun.
Come on. Come on.
So I actually went to Dance Africa, which I was kind of reluctant to go into yesterday.
Hmm.
I ended up going there in later in the afternoon. Dance Africa is in Brooklyn. Everybody, there's it's a part of the Brooklyn Academy of Music. So there's this festival that they have every year where they just celebrate dance from the African continent at the at Brooklyn Academy of Music on Lafayette Street. So there's an open street fair and everything. So I always say there's everything. Your appointed time is there. Like whoever you need to meet, you will meet the person you need to meet. Right.
Mm.
I actually met my physical therapist. My physical
What?
therapist was out in the streets yesterday.
What? What?
And she looked at me. She was just like, her face. It was like she won like $10 million. Like she won the lottery. Like her
Wow.
face lit up. Like, oh my god.
Seeing how much you've progressed.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, man. That woman put me through hell. I mean, yeah, because it was just like and it was a lot. I mean, like the thing is, like I still do my physical therapy, I still do my occupational therapy to keep the maintenance of it and everything, so I could do everything at home now. But just going through physical therapy, what they told me was, she told me that 5% of people who go through the physical therapy, they don't actually only 5% complete it. That's what she told me.
Really?
Yeah, for people who go through the physical therapy, only like 5% actually go through the complete process because
Wow.
it's 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 too much. Some people it's like I'm good. I
Yeah.
can, I could lift my hand up just like right here, a little bit and I'm okay. And some people are just like I can't do this. I can't do this rehab, you
Wow.
know. So some people they give up on themselves. So it's just like,
Yeah. So to
yeah.
see you converted from how she saw you before to how she saw you now was a complete turnaround.
Yeah, because it was like so actually I'll tell you one thing too. Personally, I think everybody needs to go to physical therapy. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
Okay.
Because they will tell you how to walk correctly.
Mm.
Um, especially like you're older and everything. So like, some people, maybe it's just like if you're doing some exercise and everything, how to like bounce back, how to like space your walking and everything, like how to walk, with the correct posture. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's something that we need to do. Just also how to use equipment properly and everything.
Right.
And one of the things that they did for me was it was a slow process, like meaning you lift the weights at a slower pace. So like one end you feel the burn, but also you're doing the techniques are correct.
Mm.
So I think personally people just need to do that just to reset themselves and be like, we're in our 50-year-old body, or some people in their 40-year-old body. You're not doing the same thing you're doing at 20. You're not doing the same thing at 30. I just think that that's something that it should be available to everybody, where it's just saying just for maintenance. I
Yeah.
just think that's something that you need to do for maintenance and everything. So
Ashe. Ashe.
yeah.
I missed this comment earlier, but Eric
Okay.
Jones says we do that all the time. We put off taking care of our health because of life, money, no health insurance time. I can relate, unfortunately. Like she was really feeling both of us. Both,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And yeah, so it's like I'll tell some people, some of the things that I know. all of us were doing, I'll tell everybody, hey, just an hour, walk around.
Yeah,
If that's the basic, if that's the low end you could do, just walk.
yeah. Just
You
do
know,
something. Do something.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, man. Wow. Well, we covered our time already. We're gonna have to come back and do some more because there's definitely some more from your story that I need.
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
definitely want
there.
to talk to more.
Oh no, there's definitely there's definitely much more. So it's a pleasure. So we will definitely continue this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember everyone that now is better than perfect. Now is
Yes.
better than perfect. I share. I share. I share. All right, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. See everybody tomorrow. Later.
All right.